G'day and welcome back. Now today we're going to have a look at GTPOWER's X2 Pro hobby grade charger here. This is their dual intelligent balanced safe charger and discharger. And yeah, GTPOWER were kind enough to send this out for review and testing today. And we're going to have a look at it and see what sort of features that it does have over some other chargers on the market. Now this one runs on 400 watts of power there. As you can see, DC 400 watt and AC power of 200 watts. And of course this is a dual channel charger because as you can see, you've got channel 1 and 2 charging ports there. On the front of the box here, we've got some extra information about the charger. Now they've added this new feature here. It's called FB-DIS. Now basically, from what I could gather reading the user manual, this is basically the mode that you use to discharge and charge up your batteries when you're using DC power. So when you've got a lipo hooked up to the back of this charger, that's what they're referring to. Now another good thing about this charger, it also supports a cell phone app, much like one of their other chargers that I reviewed a couple of years ago. So this can run off a Bluetooth app, which I'll show you a demo of later in the video. On the side of the box here, there's some more features. Okay, I'll just leave that there if you want to pause it. And on this side, you can see we've got the QR codes for App Store or the Google Play Store for the X2 Pro app. And there are some more details here as well. Okay guys, so you can just read through that. We've got the built-in tire warmer mechanism as well. You can test your servos on this, as well as running some motors in on this as well. So you can check your motors, whether they're working or not, which is pretty cool. I'll show you that later in the video. It's got the IR test as well. And lastly, on this side of the box, there are some more specifications there. And I'll just let you read through that. There's the weight of the unit itself, 925 grams. So it's pretty lightweight. Dimensions. All right guys, so as you can see, I've got it out of the box. I'll quickly show you what we get in the box. And yeah, we'll do some testing with this X2 Pro. All right guys, so first off, we get 2 charging leads here, obviously for both the channels of this charger, which has an XT60 plug on one side, as well as a very common Dean's on the other side. Now obviously, if you've got different types of lipos with different plugs, like a lot of us do in the hobby, you're just going to have to get some adapters from Dean's or from XT60 to the actual corresponding plug that you have for your particular batteries. Of course, we need a power source, so we've got the power lead, okay, for AC power. We'll plug it into the back there. And of course, we need the user manual with all the features this charger has. This is a pretty good read. So like all GTPOWER products, their user manuals are really detailed and tell you every single thing you need to know throughout this booklet. So make sure you give this a read like I did before starting this video, just to make myself familiar with the settings of this charger. And also they've got an extra set of QR codes in the user manual for that X2 Pro app. Now you don't have to use this app, okay, if you don't want to. It's just an option if you want to have this on your phone and control all the settings rather than physically tap the buttons on the charger itself. You can do it from your phone, but like I said, you do not need to download this app to use the charger. Alright, so before I actually turn on the unit itself, let's just have a quick look at the functions of it here with the button layout. As you can see, it's got a nice LCD screen here that lights up. It's got a blue backlight. We've also got the select button. We've got the decrease button. This is your channel switching button. So from channel 1 to channel 2, each time you press it, the light will illuminate, okay, for what channel that you're actually using. Got the increase button and the start mode. Then we've got the pair of XT90 output plugs. We've got our balance plugs here, and here are your servo plugs if you want to test out servos. Now, as with all GTPOWER products, their quality overall is very premium. All their chargers that I've been using for the past 2 years, which I still use today, they've always been great quality, guys. I've had no issues with any of their chargers at all. Now, the back here, you can see we've got a large fan to keep the unit cool, especially in the heat of summer. That should work rather well. It's a pretty decent sized fan there. And as well, we got our 2 different inputs here, one for the power lead, okay, for your home, as well as the DC power inlet for your lipo batteries or other power source. Also has a micro USB plug there as well for firmware updates. This one you can actually update the firmware. Alright guys, now we're going to charge up some batteries. As you can see, it's got this RGB light flashing different colors. Pretty cool look to it. I've got 2 batteries obviously on the charger here, 2 lipos. On this channel 1 side, as you can see, it's got the light on for channel 1 at the moment. I've got a little 4-cell battery. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 cells there. This has got the XT60 plug already, so as you can see, I've got the extra lead here. I didn't bother hooking it up to the lead because there's no point. But this 2-cell battery hard pack, this is a, 3200 milliamp hour hard pack, 2-cell, comes with a Dean's plug. So I just used one of the cables there. Okay, so lithium battery mode here. All right, we can scroll through. You can go to nickel metal hydride or NiCad, lead acid batteries, PB. DJI Phantom batteries now. I'm not too sure which models, are probably from 1 to 3, 1 to 4 DJI Phantoms. Probably you can charge on this particular charger. And it's got the user program, which is a cell meter. So if I press that, I'm not too sure if you guys can see that. Okay, now you can see the screen. Sorry about that guys, but I had to actually bring the charger right up to my tripod here. So we can see the main voltage here of the lipo, the 4-cell, and we've got the high of 394 and a low of 394. So if I press the button again, it will show all the cells are perfectly balanced. Okay, so that's cell meter. Program select, save data, load data, user set program. Go on that, you got different settings here. Lipo cutoff. High voltage cutoff is 4.35 per cell. Sensitivity of the nickel metal hydride. Same for the NiCad. Temp cutoff. Waste time, charge to discharging, 15 minutes. Safety timer, whole bunch of different options here. We can turn the beeper off. So if you don't want it to beep away like that, see it's all silent now. Want to keep the buzzer on. Input power, low, and load factory settings as well. So yeah guys, quite a few features here. Take all day to go through them, but as you can see, you got a firmware upgrade as well. All right, so let's charge some batteries up. All right guys, so I've just been messing around with my phone trying to get the best possible way of seeing the actual LCD screen, because this LCD screen is so bright the actual iPhone ain't picking it up properly. So what I've actually had to do is turn the flashlight on my iPhone. Without it on, this is just a white blur. Okay, so as you can see, I've got the internal resistance test feature here, so you can actually test the resistance of the cells of the lipo. You just have to wait a moment, and there you can see all the different cells there. So 66 to 54 on cell 4. A little bit of a difference there, but this is a pretty new battery, so it's not too bad. Alright guys, so now we'll go back to lithium battery mode. So it is a lipo, okay? We're going to charge this 4-cell up on channel 1. Alright, so we're going to press the start button. You can change that to FBDIS, storage rate, repair. We've got some pretty bad cells that can try to repair it the best it can. Balance charge, discharge. Alright, so we'll put it on balance charge. Alright, it's a lipo. We'll do it at 2.5. And it's a 4-cell. Hold it down. Press enter, and off it goes. All right, and you can see that LED lamp on the front as it's charging. All right, so we've got that charging up, and as you can see, I pressed it again, and we can see every cell perfectly balanced there. All right, so while that's charging, let's go to channel 2. We're on this side now, so we're going to charge that 2S battery or discharge it. Let's discharge it. So lithium battery mode once again, it is a 2-cell. I'm just going to leave everything like that, except I'm going to change the charge to discharge. We'll do it at, say, what milliamp hours is this? Yeah, it goes up to 3 amps for a discharge. All right, hold it down, press it again, and it's discharging that lipo now, that hard pack 2S. Okay, if we want to see what's going on, we can see 3.86, so it's actually in storage rate at the moment, or storage mode. Okay, that's what I tend to do with all my lipos. If I'm not using them, I keep them at around 3.85 volt a cell, and that is discharging at 0.6 of an amp. It's going up and down a little bit there. All right, so that's basically the charging modes. You can do all different types of settings there. You can discharge it, storage rate, you get the drift. It's just like any other hobby grade charger. All right, so when we're done charging, we're just going to press the stop button, and it stopped discharging this lipo in this case. Go over to channel 1, we can see that is still charging. It's been 2 minutes 30, or 2 minutes 40, nearly 3 minutes elapsed time, and it's charged up 102 milliamp hours. We're going to turn that off, and it stopped charging. All right, guys. Okay, now we've gone through that. Let me just show you how to actually test your servos on this charger, as well as test out a brushed motor. Okay, now I've got a little micro servo here. Okay, as you can see, it's plugged into the 3-wire servo plug on channel 2 here. Now, what we want to choose is this one here. This is called the Program Select Extend function, so extra features on this particular charger. So we'll hit start. Now this is for your motor run mode. We'll go back to that in a moment. But what we want to do is check out, there's a tyre warmer. Okay, if you hook up a tyre warmer to it. So what we want is not the PWM in, but the PWM out. And it looks like it's in speed 2, so auto 2. That's what I presume it's meant to be. All right, so let me just press that. You can change the milliseconds of the servo and the range of the servo horn. So as you can see, it's doing it automatically there, testing the servo out, and there you have it. Just checking your servo. All right. So I'll put in the motor wires now, and we'll check out how to test out a motor. Okay, now to test out the motor, I've just got a 540 brush mode. It's just a generic can, probably from an old WL Toys truck or something like that. Now I've had to actually make a lead. Okay, this had the normal bullet connectors that you plug into a normal ESC, but we actually need some bullet leads like this to actually plug into that XT60 port here. Okay, so what we want to do is put the black one on the bottom, the positive on the top. Okay, we're going to go back into that mode there, and we're going to press start. This is the mode we need, motor run. As you can see, we've got a timer here, how long you want the motor to run. We've got the amps, 5 amps and 10 volts. So what I want to do, I want to change down to 4, and I think I had this set to, when I was testing it out, to 4 as well. Okay, timer, I want to bring it down to 1 minute, like that, and then we just press start, hold the start down, and the motor should start. There we go. Just takes a few seconds for it to start, but the motor is running. Okay, and as we are doing that, we can actually decrease the speed of the motor by pressing the down key. I'll do that again. Bring the amps down. It's running a bit slower. You can probably hear the motor. See the fan there inside. And we've got the timer going. 16, 15. So it's going to run for 1 minute. And we'll see it shut off when that timer goes to 0. It's a pretty neat feature if you want to run in some brush motors. 2, 1, here we go. It beeps and it turned the motor off. So yeah, pretty cool function there. Like I said, you got heaps of different amp options there. I just ran it on 4 amps. I went down to 3 volts. It was at 4 volts when I started. And you can adjust the voltage with the increase or the decrease, depending on how high you want this motor to rev. So, yeah, great little option there. But like I said, you have to just make up your own little leads like I have. I just made these up quickly today, just using some spare bullet connectors from a brushless ESC that burnt out on me. So it's always good to keep these little leads and bits and bobs, that way you can actually use them for something. So that's all you have to do, guys, and plug it in, like I said, onto the XT60 port there, and you can test out your motors, or like I said, run in brand new motors rather than hooking the motor up to an ESC and then, you know, rubber banding a trigger on a transmitter. You can just do it by this. And I like how it's got the timer function. You can run it up to 10 minutes if you wanted to. Okay guys, now I'm going to show you quickly the Bluetooth app. Now I've got another 3S hooked up at the moment to this charger. Now apologies once again, it's very hard to see the screen at this distance away on the bench here. But we're not going to really need that anyway, but I'm going to show a screen recording now. So what we want to do, we're going to go into the X2 Pro app. And as you can see here, we've got all our settings available to us. So if I go to program, they're pre-programmed settings for different charging rates you want to do with your lipos. Go onto the settings tab. As you can see, the name is X2 Pro. We've got our lipo cutoff voltage. Basically all the functions that are within the actual charger itself are on this app as well. Buzzer switch, temp protection switch. You scroll all the way down, you can do firmware updates as well, okay? So as you can see, I could choose between channel 1 and channel 2. We're going to use channel 1 for this particular 3S lipo. Okay, so I'll go back to home, and now because it's a 3S lipo, we've got it set to lipo. You can change them, of course, with a little scroll wheel by touching the screen on the app. 3 cell up to 6. I'm going to set that to 3. And also we've got the storage, repair, balance, discharge, charge, and this last one, FB, DC, HG. So that's when you're charging off a, using a lipo. What we're going to do, we're going to go to the charging mode. Going to click next, 2.5 amps, confirm. And it's starting to charge the lipo. The lights are scrolling, as you can see, and it's charging. So as you can see, 72% on the battery level. Got the timer, and each cell, just there, 3.97 volts per cell. And it tells you the current, 2.5 amps, which I've pre-selected. The main voltage there, the cell count, and it's currently 27 degrees or 80 Fahrenheit, the charger temperature. All right. If you want to stop that charge, click stop. You hear a beep on the charger itself, and that's basically it, guys. So that covers the app, guys. Very simple. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of settings and options there within the app, and it's handy to have if you don't want to physically be next to the charger. You can monitor the way you are charging or discharging your lipo batteries or any other type of battery that this charger can charge up. Now, as you can see, I've got it on the mains power. I'll just show you this last. The unit will eventually turn off. There we go. And I've got that lipo that I was just charging through the app. I'm going to plug it into the back here. As you can see, this is fully portable now, which is great. You don't need mains power. You can take this out to the RC track or wherever you want to go bashing your RC cars. So anyway, guys, that wraps up this video of the X2 Pro charger from GTPOWER. I'd like to thank them once again for sending this out to test and review for you guys, and hope you enjoyed this video. I pretty much covered everything. We can see that you can test out your motors, your servos, as well as all your charging capabilities and discharging, whatever you want to use this hobby grade charger for. So thanks very much for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. So if you want to see more GTPOWER charger videos, as well as Bluetooth light and sound kits for your RC cars and trucks. I've compiled a playlist from a couple of years ago. I've actually made quite a few reviews for GTPOWER in the past, and I'll leave a link to that playlist as a card up top here on the screen, as well as at the end of this video. You can click on it, have a bit of a binge watch, and you can see all the different charges that they have on offer. So thanks very much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video.